Armed with a bow and arrow after investigators say he used it to try to carjack at least 4 different people across Metro Atlanta today. 11 Alive's Christy Diaz has been on this story all morning, getting information from officers on the ground. Christy, this story has definitely gotten people's attention. What's the latest out there?
Let me set up the scene for you here. This is where it all ended when this car crashed into the concrete pillar of this bridge after a series of events across the metro this morning. At first, officers here in Marietta thought it was just a car crash and they expected to find someone inside the car who needed medical help. But it turns out there was no one in the car. Instead, police say a man outside of the car grabbed a bow and arrow and pointed it at officers, and then barricaded behind those bushes next to the car. And we actually got a look at that bow and arrow. It was sitting on the hood of the car. This is what officers say he was holding. It's a green and gray compound bow with an arrow loaded. Marietta police say when he wouldn't put it down, one officer fired his gun and shot the suspect once. He was alert, conscious, and breathing, they say, when they took him to the hospital. Now, this scene here in Marietta shows the ending, but this started back in the city of Atlanta around 6 a.m. APD says a man tried to carjack 3 different people with a bow and arrow. The first 2 around Peachtree Road were unsuccessful. The 3rd victim was a woman in Midtown, and she finally did surrender her car. After, police say he fired an arrow into her windshield. Then around 7:10 this morning, officers got the call here in Marietta that the car had crashed. Now, we did see an Atlanta officer here on scene, a lot of agencies here, but that Atlanta officer we noticed here on scene, and less than an hour ago, Atlanta police confirmed it is the same suspect connected to all of these cases and all of these events. They say he is now in custody at the hospital. Aisha.
Chrissy, do we have any idea who this guy is?
Now, if they do, they're not saying yet. They have not released a name or a picture of this guy, only that he is in custody at the hospital. But the GBI is now taking over the case, so we hope to hear something from them later on in the day. Aisha.
All right, what a wild turn of events and what a choice of weapon. Thank you so much, Christy, for that update. All new at this hour, suspected Metro spa shooter